Start to breathe a little bit deeper, a little bit wider into the body. So we feel the breath moving vertically up and down, but we also feel the breath expanding horizontally, filling the lungs, maybe even moving into the chest. And for the next few breaths, see if you can make your breath of an equal length. You can do that by counting the inhale and exhale, or you can just do it by feel. And notice the movement in the body as you breathe. The frontal body expands as you inhale. And pulls back in as you exhale. And now, keeping this expansive breath, start to imagine that your inhale is white light and your exhale is the color blue. And as you inhale the white light, you're pulling in energy, nutrients, warmth into your body. And as you exhale the blue light, you're getting rid of anything that no longer needs to be in the body. Any bacteria, toxins, tension, stress. Continue breathing your own pace. The inhale, the bright white light, filling every cell. Exhaling the blue light, releasing and letting go. Two more breaths here. Breathing in white. Exhaling blue. And then feeling this beautiful stillness in the body. Keep all of that and just go ahead and open your eyes. And we're going to turn the palms up right in front of our knees. And we're going to start with a very simple spreading of the fingers. And then as you exhale, you're going to close your hands into tight fists. The next time you do this, stretch your arms away from your body a little bit. And exhale, close into tight fists. And this time lifting up a little bit higher, maybe all the way up into a V. Exhale into tight fists. One more inhale here, and then exhale into cactus position with your arms. On your next inhale, feel your chest moving forward, shoulders back. And then exhale, you're going to round chin towards chest. So a little bit of rounding of the spine. Inhale, open up, and take a side bend over to the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale over to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Then we'll sweep the arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and exhale the palms to the heart. Next inhale, fingertips are going to lift up towards the sky again. Let your shoulders shrug up by your ears, and then as you exhale, you're going to turn into a twist on the right. Bring your fingertips behind you, pressing into the ground or your bolster. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, just gently drop your chin towards your chest. So as it starts to get really, really hot, I'm sure you've noticed the weather change. Inhale up. I think it's beneficial to continue to practice, but to slow the practice down a little bit. Exhale, chin towards chest. So it doesn't mean we stop exercising or strengthening, but we can move with a little bit more languid feeling. Inhale back up and bring yourself back to the center because your body's going to warm up anyway. Stretch your fingers. Exhale, palms come in. So we're matching the breath to the movement here. Inhale starts the movement. Exhale. So one breath for each movement. Inhale. Exhale, contracting. One more inhale. Reach it up and exhale into cactus. Take another inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, rounding. Spine, chin towards chest. Inhale, open up. And exhale, side bend over to the right. So good to not be in a hurry when it's this hot outside. Good. Inhale, come back up to the center. And exhale the hands down onto your thighs. This time, sweep the arms up with nice energy. And exhale, the palms are going to come into the heart. And then you're going to send the fingertips back up, just like we do in our sun salutations. Get really tall in the sideways, and then take your twist over to the right. This time, take an inhale. Feel the spiral coming up from the root. And then drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. So you're going to feel a stretch in the left side of the neck a little bit. Good. And then bring the arms back up. Palms are together and switch to the other side. Take an inhale, get really tall, lifting the chest. And then you're just going to drop the left ear towards the back shoulder, stretching the scalene muscles in the front of your neck. Good. And coming back to the center. Let's do one more round of this arm vinyasa. Go ahead and open the palms. This is great for arthritis. Exhale, close and fist. And remember, if your breath feels different than mine, faster, slower, you're going to work with your own breath. I'm just kind of leading you here with the cueing, but I'm not trying to tell you how quickly or how slow to breathe. Okay, exhale, close to fists. And then fists, that's hard to say. Inhale the arms up, shoulders maybe even shrug up a little bit. Exhale into that cactus position. Inhale, broaden through the collarbones, and then exhale, round, chin towards chest. Good. Inhale, open back up again, and then exhale, take it over to the right side. Lift your elbow towards the sky. Excellent. Inhale, lifting it up, and exhale over to the other side. Good. Inhale, coming back, and then just let the hands descend. Then we're going to sweep the hands like you're scooping something up, and exhale, palms come in towards the heart center, pressing the palms gently together. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up, take your twist to the right. So we're getting it done, moving the spine in all 5 directions. Feel the spiral up from the root on your inhale, and then go ahead and drop your left ear towards the front shoulder. So now we'll be stretching the other side of the neck, scalene muscles. Just the weight of the head is enough here. Good. And then come back to the center, sweep the arms all the way up, palms together, and take your twist over to the other side. Feel that back shoulder rolling back and down. And exhale, gently drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. So this is great for working out any kinks that happened while you were sleeping. And then bring yourself back to the center. Yes. All right. So stretch the legs out. Give them a little pat. Awaken the legs. Breathe the day. Going to get into the side muscles a little bit. And then taking your hands, tiger claw fingers into the knees. A little bit of a massage there. And then today, flex your toes back towards your heels, okay? So we see the contraction of the thigh muscles, and then you're going to inhale and reach the arms up alongside the ears here, okay? As you exhale, you're going to point the feet and bring the fingertips back down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, flex the feet back. Arms are going to come up alongside the ears. Pull the belly in. And exhale, back down again. And you could also do this into cactus. If your arms are feeling stiff or your shoulders are feeling stiff, what we're working on here is warming up the legs, warming up the shoulder girdle, and matching the breath to the movement. Palms face each other, and then down again. This time we're going to add a twist. You're going to inhale and flex your feet, and then as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. Inhale, flexion back up again, pull the belly in, and exhale, twist to the left. One more set. Inhale up, and exhale, twist. Keep lifting the chest, very important. Spine is straight, and exhale, twist. Good. Inhale back up, and this time I want you to bring your hands underneath your right knee and assist it to bend. So pull the foot in as close as you can, keeping a flexion with the other foot. We're going to start to twist again. We've done a lot of twists already, but we're going to twist to the right towards the bent leg. Take an inhale. As you inhale, you're going to lift your left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, I want you to see if you can get that arm to the outside of your right leg. If it doesn't feel right to you to do that, just keep a hold of the knee. Asana twist. Okay, so twisting is wonderful for the spine, very calming for the nervous system, and twisting is also great for our digestion. Couple more breaths here. Try to keep the hips nice and heavy. Good. And then relax, come forward, and let the leg come out. Give them a little shake. If you feel like you want to come down off your bolster, if that works better for you, go for it. You're going to go ahead and assist your left knee to bend. Keep this leg nice and active, and then we're going to twist to the left. So I'm pulling my belly up under the spine here, up under the rib cage here, and I'm trying to pull this knee towards the midline of my body. So there's some compression happening in that hip. Then you're going to go ahead and lean back a little bit to lift this right arm up, and then bring it to the outside of your leg. And once you get there, stop leaning back, bring yourself forward. So you're, seated in a nice upright position, if possible. Continue to flex and keep the bottom leg, the straight leg, active here. And maybe twist a little more. Twist again like we did last summer. Couple more breaths here. This is wonderful for the spine, especially in the morning hours, but we want to be gentle. We want to move slow. Good. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to the front and just give a little shimmy shake. Okay, one last thing here in our seated position. We're going to move to Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Or sometimes you'll hear this called cobbler's pose. So the soles of the feet are together, and you have the option to bring the blocks or your paper towel rolls under your thighs here. Okay, and then just sort of rock side to side to make sure you're really on your sits bones. Good. Then from here, see if once again you can lift your arms up. Take a nice big breath here, and then as you exhale, the arms are going to come to the side and just to the floor in front of you. Now you can see that I have my fingers wider than my shoulders here. And I'm moving my chest and my heart forward, feeling a little bit of a stretch in the outer hips. So I'm not rounding the back, still an extension. Good. Now I'm going to keep the weight into my right hand. I'm going to lift my left hand up towards the sky and look up at my thumb. Now you can really press into the floor here to get a little bit more twist if you want. Keep looking up at the thumb if that's comfortable for your neck. If it's not, you can go ahead and look down at the other hand. That's okay. Whichever one. I like this looking up, but it's not necessary for the twist. Keep breathing here. And this is wonderful for supporting the scapular muscles. Bring that hand back down now, and let's take it to the other side. Inhale, you're going to lift your right arm up. You're going to look up. And this twist, you may feel it in the lower back a little bit of an asymmetrical stretch there. Good. Breathing here. Hips are nice and heavy, and we are releasing and letting go in that lower back. And anytime you want to bring in that breathing exercise, you can choose any colors you like, whatever your favorite color is to breathe in, and then a nice calming color to breathe out, okay? And then bring the hand back down. Drop your head towards your feet for a moment. Let your neck completely relax. Let your shoulders round forward. I hardly ever say that, but I'm saying it. Let your shoulders round forward. And then go ahead and walk your fingertips back towards your feet. Scoop your knees up. If you had your blocks there, go ahead and put them back where they belong. And then just let your knees fall to one side. And you can make your way into hands and knees. Option to have a blanket under the knees if you need it. Okay, so here we are, and you're spreading your fingertips wide. And today I want you now to turn your fingers towards the sides of your mat. Okay? And just get a little bit of stretch there in the carpal tunnel area in the wrist. And then I want you to see if you can turn your fingers back a little bit more. Now, if this is painful, you're not going to do it, but it may feel good. It may be a nice stretch. So that's up to you. Couple more breaths there. Flexibility in the wrists, in the inner arms. And then you're going to walk your hands back to the front again. Good. And we'll stretch our right leg out behind us. Oops, I need to move forward. Stretch the right leg out behind us. And today we're going to go ahead and roll that back heel down. And then we'll inhale and we'll reach our right arm up towards the sky. Now, if you have any trouble balancing, move your bottom foot out to the back. Now, I want you again to try to look up at your thumb for a moment. And then as you exhale, this hand, the palm is going to turn down. And just like the hands of a clock, this arm is going to come down. It will just almost graze your mat, or maybe it will actually touch the mat, and then it's going to come on back up. We're going to do that one more time. Try to keep the arm extended if possible, and reach it all the way up. Look up, lift up. Good. And then bring the hand back down and come back to hands and knees. Stretch the left leg out behind you. Go ahead and roll the left heel down. Move the right foot back slightly, and on an inhale, reach your left arm up towards the sky. And again, using the eyes to look up. We don't always do that, but we're working the whole spine today. And then exhale, just like the hands of a clock. The palm's going to turn towards your body. Fingers will almost graze the mat, and then as you inhale, it reaches back up again. Look up, and then exhale. Fingers are going to come on down. And then inhale, go ahead and reach your fingertips back up. Spread the fingers wide, and then exhale, bring your hands down. Good. Tuck your toes behind you. Let's walk back and open up the plantar fascia. Good morning, plantar fascia. So sink some weight into the bottoms of your feet. Okay, that plantar fascia runs all the way from the ball of your foot and attaches at your heel. So stretching is important for keeping that muscle healthy. If you want to come up higher, if that's accessible to you, you're going to take that option. Couple breaths here, and it's opening, but this area of the foot can take a lot of stretching. And shake out your wrists while you're here. Double duty. Good, multitasking. Come back to hands and knees, uncurl the toes, and just give them a little pat. And then please bring your props closer to you. You're either using your yoga blocks or your paper towel rolls or your coffee cans, whatever it is you're using. You're going to go ahead and stretch your right leg out behind you again and roll that back heel down, just like we just did. This time you're going to take your right hand to support the base of your neck. Okay, really press into that back foot. And as you exhale, you're going to have your elbow come down towards the mat. Then you're going to inhale and lift it back up again. And exhale, elbow towards the mat, pull the belly in. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale. And then inhale, this time reach your arm all the way up to the sky and press down onto your block. So it's a little bit more extension. And then come back to your knees. Second side, stretch the left leg out behind you. Roll the left heel down. Remember to connect the outer edge of that left foot to the floor. Bring your left fingertips to support the base of your neck. Open your armpit chest. And then exhale, rounding the elbow. So we are working on motivating the flow of lymph in this area of the body. And if you've had any upper body surgeries or anywhere from the waist up, this is going to be terrific. This pumping motion in and out helps to get things flowing and helps to kind of release scar tissue. Go ahead and stretch the arm up towards the sky if you can. Look up with your eyes. And then exhale, bring your hand back down and bring your knees back down. Good. Stretch your right leg out. This time, as you exhale, go ahead and pull the knee towards your nose, pulling your belly in. And then stretch it back out again. So this is an ab exercise. Pull the knee in. If you were here on Monday, we did a lot of ab stuff. Okay? I'm not going to do as much today, but this one is very, very good for our frontal hip flexors as well. Good. This time, folks, you're going to bring it all the way in between the blocks. There. Good. Then walk your hands up onto the front thigh. This back foot can stay flexed or you can relax it. Go ahead and stretch your left arm up towards the sky here. Take a moment to establish your balance. And then you're just going to bend a few inches over to the right until you feel a stretch in the left side of your body. You can keep this hand here or you can keep your hand on your blocks. Let gravity pull you to the side. Nice big breath here. That's it. And then come back and bring that hand back down to your blocks. Go ahead and tuck your back toes while you're here, and let's come into our first crescent lunge. Check to make sure that your knee is tracking over your front foot. Okay? Take a moment there. Feel nice and strong in that back leg. And then we're going to start to move here. So on an inhale, you're going to straighten your front leg. And on an exhale, you're going to bend it. Hips will move towards the mat a little bit. Going to take that again. Inhale to straighten and exhale to bend. Good. One more time. This is the same kind of thing. We're starting to motivate the flow of lymph in the large concentration of lymph nodes in the hip. Pause here. Lift your right hand to the sky. It's twisting day. Good. Look up with your eyes if that's comfortable for your neck. Pull the belly in and then bring your hand back down. Nice work. Go ahead and relax the back knee to the floor and bring both knees together. Shake it out. Let's do the other side. Stretch the left leg out behind you, and then on an exhale, you're going to go ahead and pull it in towards your nose. Inhale, stretch it out, and exhale, pull it in. You can round your back a little bit here, almost like a cat pose. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, pull it in. And this last one, we're going to actually bring the foot in between the blocks. If you need to grab it and bring it forward, you're going to do that. Good. Once you feel stable, go ahead and walk your hands up onto your front thigh. Now remember, you have the blocks there. So if you don't feel stable balancing with your hand on your thigh, just use your blocks. That's what they're for. Inhale the right arm up. Get really long in the right side of your body. That's it. So this is great psoas stretch. And then you're going to tip. You're going to tip, not tip over, but tip a few inches to the left. Good. Oh, all kinds of things are happening, right? Little tiny muscles opening up in the armpit, chest, and around the rib cage, hips, thigh. Good. And then bring your hand back down to the blocks. Tuck your back toes. Let's come into a lunge position here. Really gathering up the muscles of the thigh. Very important. Inhale, go ahead and straighten the front leg. And then exhale, move into the lunge. So just moving in and out. Remember, we're getting it all done, but we're moving a little bit more slowly. And exhale, bending. And the body loves this. The body loves a chance to really feel it. Exhale. Sometimes when we move fast, we're not moving consciously, right? And then you're going to bring your knee back down and you're going to bring the knees together. Good work. Okay, here we go. Stretch the right leg out behind you. Once again, bring it in between your blocks. Okay, this time I'm going to ask you to take your block or paper towel roll and put it to the inside of your front leg. Then you're going to heel toe that front leg to the side a little bit, and you're going to leave your toes slightly turned out. Okay? And then you're going to start to move your hips forward and back. So this is stretching a different set of muscles. Hips moving forward. You might have to move that front foot a little bit more forward so the knee is tracking over. And then pause here. Good. See if you can lift your chest and go ahead and relax your back foot. Long, long line, long, long stretch in the back leg, frontal hip of the back leg. Lifting the chest, press down on the blocks to make that happen. Good. And then come back to hands and knees pose. Go ahead and open up your blocks again, and let's do the other side. So this is stretching a little bit different set of muscles, inner groin, so I want you to be careful. You're going to go ahead and bring that left foot forward, and then just move your blocks or paper towel rolls to the inside of that leg. Heel toe that foot out to the outer edge of your mat and let your toes be at a 45-degree angle, and then move them slightly forward. And then start to shift your hips towards that side of the body and back. So it's going to feel like you're going on a diagonal a little bit. Good. And back. And then this time we're going to hold it. Use your blocks, because these are delicate muscles. You don't want to go too far. Go ahead and relax your back foot. And you can even move that foot back a little bit if you want to sink the hips deeper. And lift the chest. Good. So this is very similar to lizard pose in yoga. Just so you know. Just a lizard, sunning yourself on the concrete. Getting a nice stretch in the left inner thigh, right frontal hip, right quadricep. Good. Push the hips back and bring the knees together. Go ahead and move your blocks away. All right, time to get up. So go ahead and stretch your right leg out if that's your better leg, or the left leg, either one. You choose. Bring it in between the blocks. Lift your chest, tuck your toes, come into a lunge position. And then on your exhale, bring your feet together. Come into a chair pose. Drop your tailbone, lift your chest. And when you're ready, you're going to stand all the way up. Beautiful work. Take a couple of breaths there. If you need water, please remember to hydrate. Feel your feet on the floor. So feel the feet rocking from the big toe to the ball of the foot. And we're looking for a parallel stance. Good. And now before we do our sun salutations today, I'm going to turn and face you so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to do a little bit of side lateral stretching. Okay, so from here, you're going to send your right fingertips down towards your patella, your knee. And then you're going to come back to the center and send your left fingertips down. And you notice the other hand is slightly moving up the body as I do this. Now it's going to come up a little higher, about to my waist. Try not to bend forward. We're really moving laterally. Good. This time, bring the fingers all the way up to the shoulder. This adds a little bit of weight into it. And this is, again, a really nice one to do in the morning if you're feeling stiff. Good. And then you're going to reach the arm all the way up to the ceiling. And up to the ceiling. Good. And then come back to your Tadasana mountain pose. And let's start our first modified sun salutation. On an inhale, just like we did when we were seated, scoop the arms up. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, once again, reach the fingertips up, then send the hips back, come into your chair pose. Lift your chest and drop your tailbone. Feel the strength in your legs and the strength in your belly. And then stand all the way up and come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Pause for a moment and really feel yourself as if you were at the edge of a mountain, looking out over a vast landscape. Good. Second set. Inhale the arms up. The legs are nice and strong here. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. The hips are going to move back as if you were sitting in a chair, which you're kind of doing. The chair is invisible. Send your right foot back into a lunge position. Feel nice and strong here on your back leg. Take an inhale. Go ahead and straighten the front leg. See if you can peel your front toes up off the floor. So it's kind of a interesting pyramid pose. Reach your heart forward. Feel your hips move back. So we're elongating the spine. Take a nice big breath and then go ahead and sink back into crescent lunge position. Exhale, bring your feet together. Let's take another chair pose. Drop your tailbone, lift your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back. This is so strengthening for us. And come on up and take a breath. Once again, we're at the edge of that mountain, so every movement counts. Inhale. We don't want to fall off the mountain. Exhale. Good. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Hips move back. Chest stays lifted. Fingertips or flat of the palms to the blocks. On your next inhale, left foot's going to travel back. Try to get it as far back as you can. Good. Squaring off the hips slightly. You're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg. You're going to go ahead and peel the front toes off of the mat if you can. If that's too much for your hamstrings, you're going to leave the toes there. Feel the lower belly lift. Feel the hips move back, but feel the chest move forward. And we're not lifting the head, but we're reaching through the two sides of the neck. Okay, so you had a big, really long turtleneck on. It was making your neck longer, but it was supported. Then go ahead and bend your front knee again and bring your feet together, coming into that chair pose position. Lift your chest, drop your tailbone. Legs are strong, pushing down to come up. Take a moment to expand the chest and take a breath. Visualize your landscape, looking out over your kingdom here. Good. Reset your feet. Inhale the arms up and exhale the palms come to the heart. Inhale, fingertips lift, look up, lift up, and exhale, come into that chair pose once again. This time, right leg back. Take a nice wide stance, and we're going to roll that heel on down, just like we did when we were on our hands and knees. Good. From here, we're coming into warrior two. So bring your arms up. The left arm is forward, and the right arm is back. Take a moment to really address this front leg, making sure the front knee is very well founded. If it's too intense, you can bring your feet closer together. Okay, that is definitely a way to address that. One more breath. See if you can take a little bit more bend in that front knee for those of you who feel safe. Good. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to straighten the front leg. We're going to drop our back hand, turn our front palm up, and we're going to take a reverse triangle position. So I'm lifting up towards the sky. I'm looking up with my eyes. We've been practicing this earlier to look up at the thumb. And feeling a little bit of stretch in this side of the body. So breathe into the left side of the body. Good, really nice. Awesome. And then you're going to come back down to your warrior two position for just a moment. Take a nice big breath, and then look at your blocks, bring your hands to your blocks, and let your back heel rotate on up. Straighten that back leg, and then go ahead and lift your left arm up towards the sky. One more twist here. Good, beautiful. Bring your hand back down. On your exhale, bring your feet together. Drop into that chair pose. So good, and then stand all the way up. Feel your shoulders back and down. Take a breath. Second side, inhale the arms up. Exhale, the palms come to the heart. Very intentional movement here. These movements are ancient. Inhale up and sitting into the chair pose. Left leg will send back into a nice wide lunge position. Roll the back heel down. You're going to come into warrior two. Right arm is forward. Left arm is back, almost as if you were going to draw a bow back and shoot it. We want that kind of strength in the arms. Drop the shoulders down the back. Breathing. Feeling as though the 2 feet were moving towards each other isometrically on your mat. Good. And then go ahead and straighten the front leg, drop the back hand, lift the front palm up, and let's look up and lift up a little bit. Pump some air into your right rib cage. Pump some air into your right shoulder. Look up at your thumb if it doesn't make you feel unbalanced. So we're actually exercising the eyeballs. Good. And then come back to your warrior two. Find that strong warrior two position. Find your blocks. Let your back heel roll on up. And then taking your twist to the right. Hand can come either behind the head, up, or even just to the hip. Breathing here. Good. Let your hand come back down to the blocks. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your feet together. Come into a chair pose. Lift your chest. And then stand all the way up. Feel the shoulder blades come together on the back. Nice inhale and exhale. Whew, good. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale, palms come to the heart center. Inhale, strength the fingertips up towards the sky and sitting in the chair. Good. Right leg back. Right heel down. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, lift your right hand to your hip. Triangle pose. If you need to move these blocks back a little bit, if that makes it feel more secure, go ahead and do that. Your body intelligence will tell you. Option to lift the hand up towards the ceiling, but it's just an option. If you keep your hand on the hip, you're still in the pose. I want you to have that feeling again that you're leaning back against a wall and you can feel the wall with the back of your head. Okay, so even in this pose, sometimes we tend to do crazy things with the head. We want the head to be right connected to the neck. Good. Take one more deep breath here. And then bend your front knee, bring your hand back down to your blocks. Go ahead and let your back heel pop up. Exhale, you're going to bring your feet back together in the chair pose. If your blocks were moved back on that side, you're probably going to want to move back on the other side. So go ahead and fix them now, and then stand up as you're ready. Stand up if you can. Feel your shoulders back and down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Here we go, second side. Inhale. And exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, sinking into chair. Left leg's going to stretch on back. Left heel's going to roll down. We're going to go ahead and we're going to straighten this front leg. Not lock it, just straighten it. Pull the quadricep muscle up. Turn and left hand comes to the hip, or it lifts above, reaching towards the ceiling. The right hip is rolling under. And we're imagining we have a wall behind us, gently touching the back of our pelvis, our shoulders, and our head. Got that turtleneck sweater on, lengthening the two sides of the neck. Really lift the thigh muscles up, please. Pull the belly in to lengthen the lower back. One more big breath here. And then exhale, you're going to bring your hand back down. Bend your front knee. Come into that lunge position first. Good. And then you're going to bend your back knee to the mat. And you're going to bring both knees together. Okay, good job. Now, you're going to take your blocks and you're going to stack them so you have 2 blocks stacked. Now, if you don't have blocks, go ahead and get a blanket or a pillow or something. I want you to have something to sit on here. You could also do this in a chair if you needed to. And it's like a stool. So in the Y4c methodology, this pose is called Ed's stool. It was named after the founder, Tari Prinster's uncle Ed, who used to sit on a stool like this on his porch. And I think he was doing something with fish. I'm not sure. But it's very similar to Malasana squat. Okay, so if Malasana squat is something that you do without blocks and you're comfortable doing it, you can go ahead and take that as well. But I'm not going to be teaching that right this minute. I'm teaching this one instead. This is a supported squat. Bring your elbows into your inner thighs for a moment. And your feet, as you can see, are turned out, 45-degree angle. Okay, so leaning forward a little bit, I want you to feel an arch in your lower back. Take some breaths there. And if you are in a chair, you're going to be right up at the front of your chair with your feet flat on the floor, leaning forward a little bit. You have to lean forward to get into this. Okay, then we're going to drop the right fingertips down all the way to the floor, and we're going to stretch the left arm up towards the sky. So we did something similar to this earlier in our Baddha Konasana, but this one's a little more intense. This front arm is pressing into the right leg, and the right leg is pressing back. Good. Now you're going to turn this top palm back, rotate the entire arm inward. You're going to bend your elbow and slide the back of your hand alongside your lower back, reaching those fingertips towards, maybe you can see them right there in the little diamond-shaped hole there. You're reaching them towards your right thigh. And only go as far as is comfortable. And we call this a half bind. Okay, the full bind would be to reach this arm back and grab your fingers. It's something we'll do in the future. Opening, feeling the shoulder blades coming together on the back. Good. And then gently, gently come back to the center and bring your palms together. I don't know if Ed did that on his stool, but we are going to. So you're going to drop your left fingertips down to the mat. See, my palm is open like we did at the beginning of class, and so is this one. And if you didn't like that second part, you can just stay here. You're still getting a nice stretch. Inner groin stretch, lower back asymmetrical stretch, a lot going on here. Shoulder blades are moving back and chest is moving forward. And our neck is elongated and looking up. Got that turtleneck sweater on in this 100-degree heat. Turn your hand back towards the wall or whatever's behind you. Bend your elbows, slide the top of your hand alongside your lower back. Good. Malasana squat, garland pose. And this is a great release for the hips and the lower back. And we're getting that twist. This is what we call an open twist in yoga. So the other twists that we've done today were closed twists. And this can be, open twist can be nice if you have had a lot of interference or surgery in your abdominal area. You might have some scar tissue built there. So open twists are a little more forgiving. Good. And then you're going to bring yourself back to the center. You can feel that, right? You can feel all that action there. And then bring your hands to your knees. You're going to heel toe your feet together a little bit. And then bringing your hands to your mat. assist yourself to come on down. Good. So we're going to move these props out of the way. If you'd like to have a blanket at the head end of your mat, you're going to go ahead and take that. And let's come on down. You can lie down on one side, but then you're going to come onto your back. Let me just adjust the camera. Doing great. Coming onto our back, we're going to do a little bit more stretching. It's really great to stretch when it gets this hot outside. The body responds really nicely. So go ahead and have your knees bent to start with. Feet are wide and knees are knock kneed in. Let your hands come out to the side, arms are straight. You can close your eyes if you feel okay doing that, or you can just soften your gaze. I want you to take a couple breaths here and notice. So this is always a really nice time in the class, about 45 minutes in, to just feel the effects of your practice. You know, that's warmth, feeling of a little bit of warmth in the joints there. Your brain's kind of saying, gosh, what just happened? But it always works, you know. It's repetitive and it works. That's why we call it a practice. Bring your feet closer, a little closer together. Let your knees separate now. Bring your feet all the way together, soles of the feet, until the knees open into Baddha Konasana. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring the knees together. And then inhale, open them back up again. Exhale, you can put your hands on your belly if you want to feel that rise and fall of the belly. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Heel toe the feet back to hip width distance. And go ahead and pull the right knee in towards your chest. Switch your fingers to the back of your thigh, so you're right behind your knee. And then you're going to stretch your leg towards the ceiling. And then exhale, you're going to bend it again. We're trying to keep the thigh muscle as close to the belly as we can as we move the lower half of our leg into extension. That's this. And flexion, bringing it in. You have an option to straighten the bottom leg if that feels good to you. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale. Keep that thigh nice and close. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. So good for the hamstrings, good for the nerves. We're not overdoing. And exhale. Good. Now, I want you to see if you can bring your arm to the inside of your leg. Grab the ankle or the shin, and you're going to move into half happy baby. So the sole of your foot, if possible, is facing the ceiling, and your knee is moving to the right. This is going to intensify the stretch in the inner thighs. Most of you have done full happy baby, so this is half happy baby. Couple breaths here. And then a nice full inhale, and as you exhale, sigh it out the mouth. And then release that leg and straighten it out with the other one. And just notice the feeling there. If your shoulders are like mine and have scrunched up next to your ears for some reason, go ahead and move them down. Relax the shoulders. And let's do the other side. So start by bending both legs. Pull the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a hug. And then take your hands to the back of the thigh. Keep that thigh very close to you, as close as you can. Keep it there. And then inhale, you're going to put your leg into a straightening position. Exhale, you're going to bend it. Here we go. Moving with your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. 3 more. Hips are nice and heavy here. And here's our last one. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Go ahead, take the left hand to the inside, grab either the shin, the ankle, or the foot, and you're moving into half happy baby. And you can rock it too. You can always rock it side to side a little bit. Try to keep this right hip on the mat. Where does the time go? Good. One more breath. Nice full breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Good. And bring your foot back down to the mat. Go ahead and straighten your leg out. Give them a little shake. Got one more stretch for you. So you're going to bend both knees one more time. This time pull both knees up. Pause here for a moment. And then you're going to reach down and you're going to grab either your shins, your ankles, or the outer edges of your feet, going back into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet are together. So again, soles of the feet are together. You're holding on to whatever you can grab, shins, ankles, or bottoms of the feet. Here we are. And now as you inhale, see if you can pull your feet towards your head a little bit. Now, what we're working toward is eventually we'll get the feet past the head. What? Not today. You can also start to straighten the legs a little bit. That may help you to get a little bit further. Some people love this exercise. Some people do not like it at all. I'm somewhere in the middle. But it's a nice outer hip stretch. Let's take one more of those nice full inhales here. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. And then you're going to release your feet to the floor and just gently windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Okay, letting all of that tension flow out with the breath. Beautiful blue release like a river flowing away from your body, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Let it go. Let it go. And then you're going to go ahead and straighten your legs. We're going to move into Savasana. So if you know you're a person who likes a bolster under your knees or a blanket under your head, you're going to go ahead and set that up for yourself. Otherwise, you can just lie flat on your mat with your arms out slightly from the body. Tuck the shoulder blades under, very important. We want that outward rotation of the arms. And for the next few breaths, just let your bones sink into the mat. You've done amazing work here today. You are all amazing. And now it's time to just rest and reap the benefits of your practice. When it's time to come out, you'll hear my little chime. Please take a full breath in and a full breath out. Gently start to move the fingers and toes. Loosen and circle wrists and ankles. Take a nice stretch like a morning yawn, inhaling through the arms and the legs, exhaling loudly out the mouth. Bend your knees and roll to the side. And when you're ready, come back up and take a comfortable seat. And we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart. And let's close our class as we always do with a single chant of Om. Relax and fill the lungs. Thank you so much for joining me. Wish you peace and radiant health. Namaste. Great practice, everyone.